Here with Badger center Steven Crowl. Can I call you a center? You list as a forward.
Yeah.
You consider yourself a center?
Yeah, I would.
All right. I want to talk about Arizona matchup last year. Like thinking about this matchup currently, you probably are thinking about last year's matchup. How would you can you talk about that performance as a whole, the team performance? How would you assess it?
Last year, the coaches have told us it's a new team. They got a lot of new guys, but they do have a couple guards that were on the team last year. So, and we played Awaka when he was at Tennessee. So it's a lot of familiar faces from last year, but I think it's a little bit of a different team. And I'm not trying to think too much about last year because obviously it didn't go our way. It's a new year. We got a new team. Speaking of new guys, so I think it's just a clean slate, and we're just excited to get out there and just compete on Friday night.
Talking about your performance. How do you feel that you played last year? Do you think that you played the best that you could have? Can you talk about what you did well, what you maybe could have done better?
Honestly, like I was talking to you before, I can't even really remember last year's game. I haven't watched it just because I kind of want to erase from our memory, and it's a whole new team, like I said. But there's certain things coaches have pointed out from last year that I've been trying to do in practice, trying to get a little bit more prepared for this year because I know it wasn't my best game last year and wasn't the best game for our team overall. So just trying to look at last year's game, kind of flush it, learn from it a little bit, and then just move on to this year. And like I said, learn the new guys they got and just scout them out for Friday night.
As a whole, what's different about this Arizona team in terms of how they're built and how they play?
Obviously, they lost their 4 and their 5 man. I think Balo went to Indiana. Johnson, I think he might have went pro, but like I said, kind of similar team. We'll have the same guards. They still have Caleb Love, who's a great player for them. And then Awaka came from Tennessee. We played them last year too, so we got to see him a little bit. And, they run a lot of the same things they did, so just trying to, like I said, scout it out and just really trying to get out there and just compete on Friday night. I think it's a big thing.
Yeah, you talked about some of the guys that they lost, especially in the front court.
Yeah.
How do you think that's going to change the strategy? Do you guys think it'll be a little bit more aggressive in the paint?
I don't think they'll change much just because they're similar type players that they had last year, just athletic, big guys that are skilled. So, like I said, just trying to learn from what we did last year, learn the little things that they were doing against us that gave us trouble, and just trying to implement them this year with the new guys we got.
When we talk to Coach Guard, after the game or whatever, when he talks about you, he says that at times, he wants you to be more aggressive. He says that they want you to want to get you the ball. But how do you kind of deal with that? Between being aggressive versus trying to make the right decision for the team.
I think just trying to pick my spots when I can find a guy for a 3 or for a cut, or when I do have to go be aggressive and score it. Because obviously you don't want to bang with a guy for 10 straight possessions. You'll get worn out. It's not going to work. So you got to choose your possessions when you make the pass, when you go set a ball screen, when you kind of hang on the perimeter a little bit more. Just trying to find my spots, and I think that just goes back to meshing this new team that we got together. So.
On the subject of meshing the new team. After 3 games of finally playing some different opponents, how would you assess the team so far? Where do you guys think? What have you liked? What do you think you still need to improve on?
I think the biggest thing for this team is just we don't care who really gets the spotlight. It's gonna be a different guy each night, and coaches told us that. Whether it's John Tanji, other John, Max, me, Nolan, it's gonna be a different guy. Guys coming off the bench, so we just want to win. I think that's the biggest thing about this group. None of us care about next game. We care about the game that's on Friday, and we just want to win it any way possible. We don't really care about the stats, so I think that's the biggest thing.
Talking about Nolan, he was your backup last year, and now he's starting alongside you in the front court. Can you talk about the evolution that you've seen from him?
Yeah, he's gotten a lot stronger from when I first went against him last year when he got here as a freshman. Obviously, he can really shoot it. But I think the strength's the biggest thing with him. Obviously, he's a great rebounder. We've seen that after 3 games. Really long, great defender, can block shots. So I think he just brings a little bit more versatility to our team, as do John Tanji, JB, Max, everyone really. They can really switch 1 through 4, and then with me, we do different things. But I just think the versatility and just how much stronger he's got are the big 2 things I've seen with Nolan.